Hello. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks.
And my name is James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James. I'll be handling the chat tonight. Please chat with us, and I'll pass it on to Beth, and she can speak to you directly.
That is only if you're here live, because if you're not here live, I can't speak to you directly speaking because you won't be there. But you can always leave me a message and I will write to you later. Now, tonight I am going to talk about a topic I think that applies to a lot of people, and it is 10 top reasons why we have to fight for love. So, before I get into that, would you like to talk a little bit about our show?
Yes, you have come to the Granny Rock Show, which airs every Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time. This is our opportunity to experience Beth's wit, wisdom, and very uncommon sense. So now, without further
We
ado,
always hope is going to be there.
I always hope it's going to be there.
And
And let's see here. Oh, Amy says, "Hi, you two cutie pies," and she sends two hearts of love. Back at you, Amy.
indeed, thank you for saying hi, Amy.
Mm.
So, love, right? It's supposed to be natural. So, I want to say a couple of things before I get into the top 10. First of all, I want to say how annoying I find it. You see an article and it says the top 10 colleges or the top this, and then you have to go through 50 before you ever get to the one, and it's so annoying. And I always feel ripped off. It's just tell me what is the top 10.
Speaking of love, we just received three hearts of love
Oh,
from
oh,
Catalina.
love,
And
bud.
and Sophie Catalina sends love, love, love.
More love.
And
Thank you.
Todd, greetings. Sounds like a great topic.
Oh,
He sends caring and
yay.
love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I know it's very annoying to say the top, and I'm leaving the top, the 10th, the top of the 10 to last, right? Just
There
to
you
show you
go.
what a sleaze bag I really am. But actually, it's the one that came up. I made a few notes there. Oh, we have
Oh, and we
someone
have
else.
another one.
Yeah.
Hello, namaste. I'm Rabbi Shamling Ray, watching from Kathmandu, Nepal.
Wow.
My birthplace, Tamlicha, Nakripa.
One.
Nakrepa. One.
Well, welcome, whoever you are, wherever that is.
Yes.
But we
Namaste.
have some other people from Nepal, and it's just wonderful, wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. So, even though it's very annoying, so the truth is that I'm not saying that these are in any order, but the top one is at the end because that's the one that came to me last. So I made a couple of notes, which I don't often do, but I felt like, oh God, 10 things, I have to remember what they are. Otherwise, I'm going to say there are 10 things and I only will remember 7 or 12 or whatever. So
12.
another one.
Another one. Candace says hello, watching from southern
Oh,
Ohio.
all right. That's a
Ohio.
little closer than Kathmandu, but we're all one and together in spirit. So,
Mm.
so I want to just first talk about some, background comments. So I think we get the impression that love is just supposed to be natural, right? Oh,
Oh, and Sophie says, hello, dears. I'm so happy to see you.
oh, we're happy
Happy to see you too, Sophie.
Yes. So I want to start out with this idea that we think that love is supposed to be natural. And in a way, love is natural. Let's say for most of us, let's say, not everybody, but love is pretty natural. Isn't it? Oh, you see a puppy, or a kitten, or a baby fox, or a baby bear even,
Or a human baby.
or a human. Oh yeah, I go, I never know what to do with human babies, but they can be so cute, right? So, in a sense, love is natural, and compassion is natural, right?
Yeah.
And caring is natural, However, some of us may have noticed that sustained love, it becomes harder and harder as you go along, right? Doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And some people think, well, I'm just bored. I'm in a marriage for 20 years. Well, it's natural that I'm bored, right? We've been doing the same thing sexually for 20 years, and who cares, right? But I don't believe that alienation in love is any more natural. It just happens, and there are good reasons for it. So if we can just kind of like suss out what those reasons are, maybe we might do better. And I mean, love is a good feeling, like it really is a good feeling. So that's what I want to say, just to introduce our topic tonight. So the kind of love I'm talking about is between people, but maybe it would be true for, interspecies as well. However, the first one that I want to talk about is pain. Like real serious pain, like the loss of a child. These things can be so painful.
We have a hello here from Tracy. She sends a heart of love. Back at you, Tracy.
Oh, thank you. Okay. A lot of times when there is a painful situation in the family, my daughter has been shooting, heroin. I don't know if you shoot fentanyl or you snort fentanyl. You do something with it anyway. And, it starts to get so painful that we see our daughter getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And we have to find someone to blame because that's the way we are, right? Blamers. So that gets in the way of love. Oh, it has to be your fault because if it's not your fault, it's my fault, right? Because we're always thinking there's fault. We have a lot of difficulty just understanding that these things can happen. And there's always something we can blame the other person for. Well, blame is not conducive to love.
Oh, Elizabeth says hi and sends a heart of love also. Back at you.
Hello there. So some emotional pain, something difficult to deal with that can lead to blame or just alienation. I've seen, for instance, when my father died, even though I wasn't that close to my father, I felt a lot of emotional pain, and I had a tendency to pull away from my former husband and go towards my family, my family of origin, because that's, where I had the association of that relationship. And I had to fight my way back to actually paying attention to him or caring about him because I got all wrapped up in the melodrama of my family, So that's just another example of how emotional pain can lead us to be alienated from one another because it kind of takes up, our brain cells, our emotional, energy. I want to talk about another kind of pain. This one I'm really familiar with too, which is physical pain. Now, why should physical pain get in the way of love? Why do you, I didn't say this, but I think it's pretty self-evident. We have to fight for love because it doesn't just happen by itself. Not after the infatuation period or the you're so hot, you're so cool period or all that stuff, right? I mean, after a while, you need a little bit more substance. So why does physical pain get in the way? Well, anybody who has physical pain knows what I'm talking about, right? It's like, it's exhausting. It just takes up our mental energy. We are just inside. Sometimes physical pain, yeah, we can live with it. It's okay, but it can also take a tremendous amount of our energy and our just to process it, just to bear it, and we get crunched up inside, and we're isolating, and we're just trying to survive, right? And when we're trying to survive, we are not often really open to caring about other people. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
So there it is, number 2. So we have emotional pain, physical pain. Now here's another one that gets in the way of love is guilt.
Mm.
I did something wrong. And then one more time I'm inside. Oh, I'm so terrible, I'm so terrible, I'm so terrible, I'm so terrible. I don't deserve love. And I'm not going to fight for love because I don't deserve it. And I'm just too much in myself. Oh, look what I did. Oh, yeah, look what I did. I'm just so devastated by what I just did. Right. I hope some of you are identifying with me. You are.
I identify with that.
All right. Okay. Now, I don't want to admit this, but sometimes fatigue, hunger, they get in the way of love. It's like, I don't know about you, but I can reach a certain point that all I can do is think about, I'm so tired, I'm so hungry, I'm so hungry. It's hard to think about anybody else. It's like, okay, there's my husband. I think I'll eat him. I'm so hungry. Do you know what I'm saying? Again, it is what takes up our mental and emotional energy. We are in survival mode. Now, sometimes it makes us protective of the people around us. Oh my God, we're all hungry. I have to do something about it. But if you can't, then you have the guilt now of not only are you hungry, but you're guilty because you haven't been able to solve the problem, right?
By the way, I just thought of a very common example of physical pain, having a headache.
Yes.
Honey, I can't be here for you. I have a headache.
That's right.
I'm focused on my pain.
Oh, yes, or my knee, or my shingles, or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Yeah, I'm with you. It really does happen. It's a fight. I mean, because I have a lot of physical pain, I have a lot of experience with it, but doesn't mean that it's easy to fight my way out of the self-absorption that pain brings, physical pain, hunger, all of those things. Now, let's take a look at a different kind of reason that we may have to fight our way back to love instead of just giving in to the default mode, which is, each woman for herself. Circumstances. Now, do we want to admit that circumstances can get in the way of love? Get in the way of love. Oh no. No, we can be separated for years and not lose our connection. Oh, didn't I send you those letters when you were in the trenches in Afghanistan or whatever, or the Russian soldiers who are, invading the Ukraine, or separation is a huge drag on love. It's like I don't even remember what I was in love with, or I make a very idealized image of you. Oh yes, he's so And then when he comes home, he's really not like that at all. Or he changes, oh, yes, a lot of people go through that. And also people go through separation when they're in school. Oh, I'm going to college. Don't worry, darling. I'll only be thinking of you. I'm not going to date that really handsome football player who's been asking me out. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, maybe. Just for fun, right? So all of a sudden, I've got some real live person there, and he, she, or they are giving me a lot of attention and a lot of love, and they're taking care of me, and they're picking me up at the train station, and they come if my tire gets flat or that kind of thing. It's like, oh, well, we're building bonds. You know what I mean? So it's hard. Now, here's another one, which has a similar feel to it. I know I'm going through these pretty fast, but I want to cover a lot. Other attractions. Now, here I am, hopelessly devoted to you, hopelessly devoted to you. However, this other guy or woman or them or has a really cool car. Right, that doesn't break down every 10 minutes. Like, oh no, I can't stand it anymore. I really love you, dear, but I'm so sick of having the landlord knocking on the door and saying, where's the rent? Where's the rent? Where's the rent? I'm so stressed. I can never get anything that I need. I'm worried all the time. My children, my daughter needs new shoes or whatever it is. So we have somebody who is attractive to us in some way. I'm only talking about now like money, but it could be looks. It could be, oh, he's so educated, He reads me poetry. He is a musician, and he has cool friends. And not only that, he gives me drugs. Anyway, that could be an attraction. Now, other kinds of attractions are not just people. It could be fame is an attraction. Oh, I feel fame is calling me, and I just can't say no. I've always wanted to be on Broadway, and now I have my chance, but I have to leave Indiana because, oh my God, I have a chance to be on Broadway. I'll never forget you, dear, but, I really need to, and it's a pull, right? I mean, let's face it, and it's all of a sudden, you're feeling a different love. Oh, I love the idea that I'm going to finally get a job on Broadway, and you can't come because you have 3 kids and they're all in school, or you have a sick mother to take care of. You know what I'm saying? So it's another attraction, you see, and you're competing with another attraction. Another attraction is money. Money, 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 and all the good things that money brings. That cabin in the woods, those new clothes, paying the bills, more drugs. Money, money, and that's pulling me away from our family or my career. It's like, I am a doctor, I have worked so hard to get here. Well, yes, I do have to work a lot of hours, but, you don't mind, do you, dear? And you have a whole other life somewhere else. Having prestige, having interesting things to do, money, money. I don't want to come home and spend one more evening with you playing solitaire or watching television when I could be out with doing interesting things. Get it? Other attractions. Okay, that was, by the way, if you were counting. I have it written now because I made some notes about each one, like a word on each one of these. Competition between you and your loved one. You know, you're really great, but you're better at me than this or that, and now I'm starting to feel competitive with you, and it starts to create anger and distance because I want to beat you. I want to beat you. Yeah, we're playing Monopoly. I don't know if people play Monopoly anymore. They do. I never played Monopoly, but I know that it's a game people play. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win, 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 win. Well, don't you love me? Isn't it more important? Isn't our love more important than winning? Well, yes, but I want to win. I want to win. I want to win. I want to be more important. I want to be more spectacular. I want to be noticed. Ooh, we went to that party, and you know, they were looking at me. Oh, yeah, did I leave you alone the whole time? Nah. Well, it was just so exciting because people were looking at me. So many ways to compete with your loved one. Another way to compete with your loved one is I am, well, let's face it, so much smarter than you are. And I am going to win this argument. Maybe I'll let you win sometimes at Scrabble. But I'm not going to let you win the argument about whether my mother is really an interfering biddy. No. Or I might be competing for attention. Or I might be competing for the kids. Or I can be competing for the dog. Yes, I want the dog's attention. I want the dog's love, and I'm going to compete. I don't even notice that I'm competing. I just think I'm being perfectly wonderful. I'm always so wonderful, right? So now you're getting that. So all the ways, I mean, I'm just touching on a few that we compete. Now, the next one, number 8, is just plain ego. The ego, it's always lurking, and it always wants to be the best, and the ego is what always makes us want to win. I don't want to be lower than you. No, I want to be above you, ahead of you, somehow. Maybe I think you're better than me in some ways, so then I have to be better than you in some other way because see, ego is all about separation. It's not about us, it's about me. So here I am in a relationship where I'm supposed to be in love. But I feel like, well, why not, man? What about me? What about me? What about me? I don't want to go meet your friends again. I'm so tired of your friends. I want to be with my friends. I want to be the important one. I want to go bowling tonight because when I go bowling, I win. And I don't want to spend another night with you when I could be winning. Right?
Right.
So, hey, those people at the club, boy, they think I'm brilliant, and yes, I might have spent a little bit extra time showing off in front of the other people. But hey, that was normal. That's okay. Oh, were you feeling left out, dear? I didn't know. Well, but you know, I've got to be important. I've got to be on top in our relationship. More power, more prestige in some way, or you are on top and have more prestige, and then I'm resenting you because I feel so shitty about myself. Oh yeah. Ego, pure and simple ego. Now here's another one. I have to get moving, right? Number 9, jealousy. Now, by jealousy, I mean a combination of jealousy and envy. Jealousy is, I saw you look at him, her, it, them, and I didn't like that. We have another friend.
Jose says, God bless you, Mama and Papa. And he sends musical notes on a keyboard. God bless you, Jose.
Thank you. Good to see you, Jose. So, yes, jealousy. Jealousy. I don't want you to look at anybody else. And if I see you looking, I can't say, well, it's okay because I'm insecure. No, I want you to be, I only have eyes for me. Right? So there's that. So, and then there's the I'm jealous of your, which is really envious, of your talents. Ooh, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. Oh, yeah. I can't stand it that you can do this better than I can. I had husbands who actually beat me up or really treated me badly when I was better than they were at something that they thought they were supposed to be better at. So, it's like, oh my God, you have all the attention, you have all the gifts, you have all the money, you have all the power. Well, how long do you think love is going to last in that kind of toxic environment? So now, that was number 9. That means that we're up to number 10. I better be up to number 10 because it's almost time, right? The number 10, which is really the number 1, is self-deception, lack of self-awareness. We have to fight every one of these tendencies in order to maintain love. And number 1, we need to stop pretending, stop deceiving ourselves, stop rationalizing our behavior. We need to look at ourselves in a very honest way and admit our faults and our behavior. Because if you say, if your partner says, well, you did it, and it was very hurtful, and you say, I did not. That was not me. That was the other guy who did that. No, that's all you. It's all you. It's all you. So first I have the pain of what you did, and then I have, and it's you. It's not. There's no acknowledgement, and actually, it's your fault. If I did that, it's your fault. Well, if I had an affair, it's because you weren't available. We have another friend.
Yes, our friend from the Ukraine.
Right. See,
Vasily.
translation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, friends, for the morning positive. It's morning over there. And he sends love.
Good.
And a big smile and a hello.
Well, we're glad
Hello
to see
to
that
you,
you
Vasily.
are alive and kicking.
Alive and well.
We have quite a few friends in the Ukraine and in Eastern Europe in general, by the way, who are fans of our shows and our music shows. Now, so self-deception means denial. I didn't. And then how is the other person left feeling? Like demolished.
Stonewalled. Unheard.
Unloved, alone. But I can't give up self-deception. Then I may have negative thoughts about myself. And if I have negative thoughts about myself, then that's a terrible thing. We shouldn't have negative thoughts about ourselves. Well, I understand that. But there's a difference between being in denial and or not being in denial and having negative thoughts about yourself. I may have mixed those up, but you know what my point is. You're saying, well, I have to be willing to look at myself honestly, cop to what's going on, clear up whatever gets in the way on an everyday basis, and forgive myself for being a jerk instead of blaming the other person for my being a jerk. Right? Because that is going to lead to deep alienation. And that deep alienation is going to erode all love. And if you have enough of it, not to speak of violence, abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. I mean, I haven't even gotten into that, but all the excuses that go along with negating the other person. And so what happens is one by one, each one of these things, it may be a piece of sand, starts to grow. It starts to build. I don't really care about you, or you feel that I don't really care about you. And then starts the resentment and the sadness and the despair, and slowly what happens to that
So we have to be willing to fight for the love by seeing these patterns and working through them and release them.
We are fighting for love by acknowledging that we have pain and not blaming emotional pain. We have to, or admitting that we're blaming and trying to work it through. We need to deal with physical pain a lot and ask for compassion, but still try to care about the next person. We have to deal with our guilt and stop letting them shut us down. We have to live through fatigue and hunger and still try to remember that love will always make it feel better, even though it does suck. We have to really look at circumstances of separation and ask ourselves, is this really important? Do I really need to do this? Do I have a choice? How can I keep this alive? I have to look at all the other attractions, and are they just like, in the moment, am I going to be sorry tomorrow that I went flitting off into something? Why am I attracted to that? Is it just ego, people, fame, money? I need to look at my competitiveness, not only with my beloved, but so-called beloved, or with other people. I have to look at my ego and say, I got to get a grip on the I universe, that everything is about me and being ahead and all of that, the winning. I have to look at competition. I have to stop being competitive in this world. I have to look at my jealousy and ask myself why. I have to stop the self-deception and feed the honesty with myself and with others. And if I do all of that, I have a chance of maintaining love, keeping it alive, and actually having it grow and deepen. That is my experience. This is Granny Rocks. We come in every Wednesday night.
There's one more thing I'd like to add.
Yes.
I've noticed within myself at times, if I judge the other person negatively, even if I don't say it, even if it's just in my head, that cuts off the flow of love as well.
That's a very good point. I could have gone on and had another 10. And I'm glad you brought that up, because when you put out negativity towards somebody that you are close to, they will feel it. And that's another boulder. It looks like a grain of sand, but it really is a wall, and it builds a wall between you. And then in the end you say, oh, well, that's just the way it is. You get tired of a relationship, but I don't think you ever really get tired of love. I think you just don't get it. You lose the love, and you're not, and if you need counseling, get it. Counseling for yourself, counseling for your relationships. If you need to leave a relationship, do that. But don't just blame, oh, well, that's the way it is. Love always is like that, because it isn't, and it doesn't have to be.
That's right.
So come back next Wednesday night for another Granny Rocks. And who knows what I'll be talking about then. And come back that's at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time and 7 p.m. on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday night. I will play the piano for you in Beth Green's Magical Piano Improvisations. So I hope that I have helped you tonight. Like the show, share this show, love it, comment even afterwards. I will answer your comments. And share. Like our Facebook page and do all those good things.
So thanks very much for joining us. Glad you could be with us. And bye for now.
Bye-bye.